Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day 41 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour. RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery. A 48-state, 4-year ride for addiction recovery awareness. Each day I pedal for someone who's passed away from addiction. And the whole end goal is to build a rehab. And this is state number 36, Minnesota, on the Ride to RAGBRAI 2022. A 4,500-mile loop around the Midwest, Ohio to Erie Trail, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, Glacier National Park, Yellowstone National Park, east to RAGBRAI the last week of July, and it's all to raise awareness that addiction recovery options are available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, celebrate recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you, talk to you, and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So yeah, I stayed here at the Super 8 in Bimidji last night. Thank you so much again, Toby and Sarah. Thank you so much again, John and Janelle. The one thing that I was held up on was laundry. I could not get it done. Had the pile on the bed all night. And you're not going to believe this. But so I'm sitting there. I had asked for a 12 o'clock checkout so that I could get the video done. Like I needed to get the stuff done. And at 10:55, the phone rings, the room phone. And I'm thinking, oh, I bet they're thinking, you know, I need to go ahead and get out. I pick it up, and it's Jesse from last night. And he's like, hey, I want to do something. Like, I feel like I want to help you out. I wish that I would have thought about it last night. He's like, I know you got Venmo and all that stuff, but I want to do something for you. How is your bike? And I was like, well, actually, in Ashland, I just had it, like, tuned up. I said, so everything's good with the bike? I was like, but I do appreciate it. I was like, that's why I don't, you know, like, ask for donations, especially when somebody gives me a name. It's just, I'm not out here fishing for donations. I'm fishing for hearts. You know, God's made us fishers of men. And so he's like, but I want to do something for you. He's like, where are you headed? I was like, post office, McDonald's or Burger King, to use that gift card from Christina back in Ashland. You know, get lunch, post office from the care package from Carpenter, Lichten. The day after her birthday. Thank you so much, Carol. I don't know what's in there, but I'm excited to see it and film it. I'm super stoked. Like, I'm ready to go. But I told him that. I told him, you know, now I'm on the Adventure Cycling Association's northern tier, and so I'm headed down to the Mississippi headwaters. And he's like, what roads are you taking? So I pulled up the map and told him. He said, you're going to pass right by my house. Here's what I want to do for you. You come to my house, I'll wash your clothes and bring them to you at Lake Itasca later when I get finished. What is going on? How is that even possible? The one thing that I was like, oh, I wish I could have got this done. You know, it's been 300 miles in the same kit. On a day that I don't even really have to wear like a bunch of those clothes. Like I can give them to him and have no worries. Like he can wash all of it. That's so cool. It's so amazing. I'm stoked. So Jesse, thank you so much. I am headed your way, and I've got to get on the road so that I can go get all these things done and see what the Lord has for today. And so to do that, I got to stop talking, and you'll see more of the trip, this crazy, crazy ride I'm on right about now. So I finally made it. Carol, I've got your package. I feel your care. Let's see what we got in here. Now Carol sent me some fruit and nuts and all kinds of stuff. Ziploc bags. When I was in Clay, Kentucky. I will never forget it. It felt like Christmas, and it feels like Christmas again. So let's see what we got. I mentioned to her that I have dentures now, if she was sending the nuts, and so she sent soft ones, some pecans. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. So this is dried cranberries, strawberries, blueberries, cherries, dark chocolate strawberry, and passion fruit. Oh, I may eat it all today, so your goal for nutrition for me moving forward, that may not end up working so well. She also sent liquid IV. Absolutely awesome. I did tell her that was the one thing I needed. She asked me what all I wanted, and I was like, I really can't think of anything except I didn't have any more Noon tablets. And a little envelope here. And it says, "Hi Adam, I was shopping at Costco today picking up a prescription and vitamins, and I saw the big pack of liquid IV. I double checked your text for flavor to make sure I had the right brand. Strawberry was the only flavor I saw available, so when I was shopping at Walmart, I saw the lemon lime. I wanted you to have your favorite also." You're so sweet. I included a small package of pecans since they're a softer nut. Mix them into the dried fruit if you like. Enjoy and be safe, Carol. And $100. Thank you so much. I am so glad to be able to call you friend. I wish that I could have made it here yesterday on your birthday. Like that was like my whole thing once I saw it, but there was just no way. At the point that I saw it and the way the day worked out, it just wasn't gonna work. But this is so cool. Thank you. I appreciate you so much, so much. So anyway, I'm gonna get back on the road, and you guys will see more of that right about now. Okay, so this is like the first part of the ride that has started to really feel more like middle America. If all these lines of trees that are planted in rows weren't there, and it was just open prairie like that, it would definitely feel more like Kansas, so pretty cool stuff. All right, so that's the Mississippi River. This is the second time I've crossed it in the last 10 miles. And, you know, most of y'all that have watched this channel know, as wide as that, it's got to be 75 feet. Like, I want to get in there and swim across it just so I can tell my friends in Mobile, yeah, I've swam across the Mississippi River before. I'm not going to do it. It's probably super cold. But I just got finished dropping off my clothes to Jesse. He was on a video conference. And so he actually like sent me a text and said, "Hey, just drop them there outside my house and I'll get it taken care of for you." He stepped out and talked to me for just a minute. And he's going to meet me farther down the road this way at some point. I got plenty of daylight. Golly, it feels so good. Like, I mean, I'm in my normal cycling kit, you know. This is the point in the journey where you guys start to hear me complain about how hot it is outside. I'm kidding, but it's probably going to happen. But no, this is the perfect day, so I'm going to keep on pedaling, and you guys will see more of that right about now. Alright, so I just rolled in here to the Poseida Bar and Grill and had a huge nacho plate. It was so good. I sat there and ate it. They had Wi-Fi, they had a place I could charge my phone. So I was there for quite a while, maybe an hour, hour and 15 minutes. But I'm going to keep on heading down this way. One cool thing that happened back on the road, I just passed a couple that was walking named Fred and Jen. And they handed me a $20 bill after I finished talking to them. So I was like, thank y'all so much. I do appreciate it. And you guys bought my a nacho plate here today. So it is 14 point something miles to Lake Itasca State Park. And I think that's where I'm going, but I cannot find any information about it online. That is the place that Jesse recommended that I go camp, that it would be cheaper. But I'm going to have to figure out how in the world it works to be there. So I'm sure everything I need to know will already be there when I get there, but it's just always crazy kind of headed towards something I have no idea about what I'm doing. So anyway, in order to be able to figure it out, I've got to get on the road, and you'll see more of that right about now. So this is just radical to me. Like, this is number 3 now in the last 30 miles that I've crossed the Mississippi River. That's it. And what's crazy is this part is actually grass. So if I go to the bank where the grass actually stops, that's right here. So usually it would just be that wide. Like, that's wild. Oh, I hope y'all heard that. Yeah, it's just, it's, I know I'm getting to the beginning of the river to the headwaters, but it's still so crazy because I have only ever seen New Orleans, Baton Rouge, that section, and then when I crossed it on the Transamerica at Chester, Illinois. Like, I can't recall seeing the Mississippi in any other place. I'm sure I have, but that's all I can recall right now. So anyway, I'm going to keep on heading this way. I make that left turn at the top of the hill. The hills are getting pretty steep and big. And then after that, hopefully I'll be at the campground and find out where I'm going and what I'm doing. You'll see more of that right about now. For the 4th time on his trip across America, Forrest Gump is crossing the Mississippi River. But this time it's quite anticlimactic. There she is. It's like, what is that? Oh man, that's so cool. Alright, so now I'm going to go find the headwaters. I have already talked to Park Services and they are completely closed, so there's nowhere else I can go. I'm just going to have to go to the campground and find out what's there and put my tent down and hope that they don't go, what are you doing here? Hopefully there's someone that can field my arrival. We'll see. You'll see more of that right about now. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Golden hour. The Mississippi headwaters. This is where it all starts. Liam and me were at 2,552 miles away. Just not too long ago at all. On the same river where it's so much wider. Like, just, I cannot explain the difference between what this is and what it was down there. I've got to put my feet in it. Unbelievable. I have been to the beginning of the Mississippi River. You see the swans? Like, what kind of amazing awesomeness is this? I hope this is carrying through your television screen or your phone screen. This is heavenly. Absolutely heavenly. Just talked to Jesse. He's got the clothes done. He's headed this way. And yeah, now I'm gonna go find a campsite. So both of the campsites are supposed to be closed. They said when I talked to them on the phone that everything's shut down, but I'm gonna have to find somebody and just talk to them. I'm hoping that the Lord's got somebody. If the Lord's got this, like, I'm supposed to be here right now, there's no doubt about that. And now I just got to see what it is he's got right down the lake here at the campground. So that's where I'm gonna head. I don't want to leave this spot. I will never forget this as long as I live. But yeah, so cool. Let me get headed out, and I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Love y'all. See you later. Okay, so as usual, God had some amazing things lined up. As soon as I finished there at the headwaters, I started heading toward the two campgrounds. They're both closed. But there's a winter campground, which is where I'm located. And so, at the same time, Jesse had called and let me know that he was right here in this area with my clothes. And so we met up, and I followed him, and he followed me, and we pulled here into this winter campground. And there's one camp host, and there's no one camping here. There's like 100 electrical sites, and there's nobody here. And he was like, "Hey, how can I help you?" And I just told him, you know, I'm cycle touring, I'd like to camp. Got into my story a little bit, and he was like, "I've been sober 27 years. His name's Brian. And so I talked with him for a little bit, and then came back over here to where I'm at, the campsite. But so Jesse got over here, and he handed me all the clothes. I put my footprint out and folded them all. And we talked till well after dark, right? Like, it was very dark at that point in time. And then it took me a while to set up the tent and get everything ready. And after that, it was just kind of like me time. There wasn't much of the, I could just kind of put off the video till this morning, which is when it is right now. So, crazy thing that happened yesterday was, I don't know if you saw it, caught it earlier in the video, but there was a dog, like a brindle pit bull, that had run out, and I had to hop off the bike and get on the other side of the bike and keep the bike between me and him, and like, it was just a really dangerous situation. But I was on the phone with my family, like on a call, and I was on speakerphone with all of them, and Clark could hear the dog barking and me yelling at the dog, and the owner that had come out to the road was, you know, yelling at the dog. And Clark was like, "Daddy, doggy bite you?" It's like, no, I'm trying not to get bit, buddy. So the whole time, like, I'm having this dog attack, I've got my 2-year-old in my ear asking me if I'm getting bit yet. So thanks, Clark. Anyway, super peaceful night. There were so many birds when I got up this morning. It was beautiful. But I want to go ahead and finish this up. I've got everything else kind of lined up in the video already. Wanted to record this end part of the video, and then to roll in here and see the headwaters. And that was a really special moment. I hope you can understand how incredibly heartwarming that was, to roll up at that time of day with all of the circumstances that were happening. It was really good. And then to end up finding out that there is a campground that I can camp at, even though when I got here I used the yellow phone and they were like, "They say they're all closed." And I was like, I've got to find something. There's not anywhere else I can go. Plus at the time, like, it was starting to get really cold and I didn't even have socks or pants on. Like, I was just in shorts, my jersey, and my down puffer jacket. Like, no head coverings, no nothing. It was all getting washed. But it worked perfectly. And so with that, I'm going to end the video here. If you know anybody who's passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me through the Papa link in the description, and I would love to ride for your person and celebrate their life with you for a day. If you know anybody who's actively addicted, anybody in general, share this with them. Thank you so much, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. Every one of you that likes every video, comments on every video, shares every video, and is subscribed to the YouTube channel. The analytics love it, I do too, and who knows, it might save a life. Don't forget, Redeeming Eden is a non-profit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. That link is also in the Papa link, and you can go there and find out more about Redeeming Eden and about the Cody Jordan Forever Funeral Fund, which is a fund I started to help families that lose loved ones to addiction with paying funeral costs. So from a beautiful morning, this one's going to be a good day, but at the end of a great day of cycling and meeting people and seeing the headwaters and being blessed by so many people, got my clothes washed. That was the only thing I needed. That's so miraculous. Like, unreal. Great day. But yeah, from here at the Itasca State Park Campground, the winter campground, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night.